Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today's video is just gonna be a little different. I have a prediction for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, and I want to get this prediction out before the game comes out. Like, I literally was laying in my bed and was trying to go to sleep, but I couldn't fall asleep because I was just thinking about Zelda. And this prediction that I have is just going to go over the stuff that was shown from the trailer, the last trailer they put out this week. So if you haven't seen that trailer and you don't want to know anything else about the game, then I suggest you click away from this video. But you know, everything that I'm going to talk about has been shown already. Right away, I'm just going to go ahead and say, I think The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is going to be the beginning and the end of the timeline. Let me say that again. I think The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is going to be the beginning and the end of the timeline simultaneously. That's just what I really feel like. I'll say there's a few reasons I feel that way, but I'm gonna go over some of the things that are in the trailer. But right now, I want to point you guys to the logo. So, a traditional Ouroboros is usually a dragon or a snake. It's one dragon, one snake, either or. It's eating its own tail. That's usually what it is, right? The Tears of the Kingdom logo is two dragons eating one another's tail. So that simulates two, right? Now, when you think about what an Ouroboros means, it's usually a cycle of time, you know, a beginning and an end, or an endless cycle of time, or reincarnation, or life and death, or it's symbolizing just like this thing that goes around, right? Now, when there's one, that makes sense. Tears of the Kingdom logo has two. And I remember back when Nintendo was saying they didn't want to reveal the name of the game because it would like reveal a lot about the game. Tears, that could have multiple meanings, just the same way that the Ouroboroses can have multiple meanings. They deliberately put two. They could have easily just put one dragon eating its own tail. They deliberately put two. What does that tell you? What does that tell me? That symbolizes there's two timelines going together at the same time that are cycling at the same time. So that's what I'm getting from that logo. And then at one point when you look at the doors that Link goes out of, and I think it was the first trailer, there was a point where you see two dragons facing each other. So to me, that symbolizes something is happening at the same time. And even if you look closely at the symbol, sometimes the dragons, they do that and then they come up like this. So to me, in my mind, that's stating that this is a simultaneous thing that is happening at the same time. Now, when you go to that trailer, I'm going to put up some images on the screen right now. When you go to that trailer, what do we see? At one point in the trailer, we see Demise, right? I'm telling you, this is Demise right here. This is Demise. Now, why would Demise be in Tears of the Kingdom? Demise, he's sealed away. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't in any of the other games other than Skyward Sword, and we know what happens to him as Skyward Sword. He gets sealed away, but before he gets sealed away, he puts a curse on Link and Zelda, basically saying like, no matter where y'all go, there's going to be this constant battle of good and evil between us. This is like my simplified explanation. All the Zelda nerds and freaks can like go really into detail in it, but I'm just explaining it just the way that I know. Demise puts this curse on them. Now, as we know, it is said that Skyward Sword is in the beginning of the timeline, right? But when you start Skyward Sword, the islands are already in the sky, right? The islands are already in the sky. But at the beginning of Skyward Sword, it says, a demon broke out of the ground. A demon broke out of the ground, and he brought all of his demons up, and they were like wreaking havoc and everything. And the goddess Hylia took the islands and put them up in the sky, basically. And then she sealed demise, right? So, now keep that in mind for later. The islands are already in the sky. What's a major theme about Tears of the Kingdom? The Sky Islands. Now, if the islands are already in the sky in Skyward Sword, how did they get there? We have the explanation that Hylia put the islands in the sky, right? But we don't know, we never really saw that, so keep that in mind. Now, you go to Tears of the Kingdom, Ganondorf is a reincarnation, basically, of demise. Ganondorf has always been, according to Zelda lore, he's a reincarnation of demise, right? So if demise is in the trailer, but we also see Ganondorf, that means they are existing at the same time, right? Follow me. Demise and Ganondorf are existing at the same time. But how is that possible? If Ganondorf is a reincarnation of demise, how can demise exist at the same time? Wouldn't there be some kind of weird thing? Well, maybe they aren't existing at the same time. Maybe the reason we are seeing demise in this trailer, follow this. A big theme of this game is time travel. Nintendo's been slowly putting that in our face, right? You see Link's ability, it's called recall, right? You can make things go back. It's time travel, essentially. Now, why would that be an ability unless they don't further touch on that subject about time travel? Now, we also see these creatures. I'm going to put them on the screen right here, which are presumably the Zonai, right? Now, when you look at this other character, I'm going to put her on the screen. Who does she favor? If this character was a Zonai, if Princess Zelda was a Zonai, don't you think this character bears a resemblance to her? Now, think about this. Okay, Hylia has had many reincarnations. I'm not even gonna say reincarnations. It might be reincarnations. I don't know. Hylia basically, she gives her gift to Zelda. In every Zelda game, Zelda has to kind of like refine herself and like find that she has the gift of the gift of the goddess. But Zelda basically has to reconnect with her goddess-like abilities in every Zelda game. Most of the ones that I played, she's reconnecting with herself to like use her power to seal away the darkness. In most Zelda games, right? That's a recurring theme. Now, here's where I get this. Let's say this character right here is the first like incarnation of Hylia. She's a Zonai version of Hylia, aka a Zonai version of Zelda. And that's where that duality comes into play, right? Now, you can take that a step even further. I gotta relook at the logo, but remember that scene where there's like, you can tell the one on the right side is Zelda, but on the left there's this other creature. What does the creature have? Giant ears, long hair, long curly hair, and she's got on this elaborate robe. So my prediction is that chick is like one of the earliest incarnations of Hylia. She's basically an ancestor of Princess Zelda, right? And these two timelines are happening simultaneously where Hylia's incarnation is fighting demise. And this is why I think there's two kind of like, when you look at Link, he has like two outfits, right? And then the Sky Islands. So all of this I'm saying, like, it's kind of jumbled up, and I'm probably not explaining it to the best of my abilities. But just to kind of bring this video to a head, because I don't want it to be too long, I think this chick right here is one of the earliest incarnations of Hylia. I think she's an ancestor of Princess Zelda. And I think the reason we see Demise in this trailer is because that is the time where they are fighting Demise. The Zonai or whatever are back like fighting Demise in that time. Now, I don't know if I don't know if we're going to be able to play that. I don't know if you're going to be able to actually go back and do that. I'm assuming you probably are going to be able to. Otherwise, why would they show it? It could be a flashback scene, but these characters seem to be pretty prominent. So it may or may not be a flashback scene. So I think we're going to be traveling between time periods, you know, and so basically the whole point of this is I think Tears of the Kingdom is the beginning and the end of the Zelda timeline. And that's why it's like that. So that's just that. If I come up with any more ideas, or if any of you guys have any ideas, drop them down in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about this, man. Like, I'm not super well versed in Zelda lore, and I probably butchered some of this stuff, but you know, I just got giddy with excitement because I was laying down, I was trying to go to sleep, and I was just thinking about it. I'm like, yo, I think this is happening simultaneously. It's kind of like it could be like a parallel universe or something like that, where there are like two time periods happening simultaneously at the same time. I don't know, it gets really wonky. I don't know how that stuff works, but that's all I'm gonna say. To wrap it up, that character we see is an incarnation of Hylia. She's Zelda's ancestor. The two timelines are happening at the same time. I think they are gonna merge or something, or maybe, Zelda's probably gonna travel back in time. Or maybe even the timelines can clash. Maybe Demise and Ganondorf can exist in the same. That would cause a paradox, right? I don't know. This gets crazy, but I wanted to put these ideas out here before the game comes out, which is still like some time, but like, and I'm currently playing Skyward Sword right now, and I've been seeing a lot of like things that I'm like, oh, that's in Breath of the Wild. Oh, that looks familiar. So, and this final trailer just really like put that like, yeah, like there's definitely some similarities and some things going on, some correlations. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't wanna make this video too long. Again, I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Y'all let me know what you guys think. And I hope everybody is just as excited for this game as I am. Like, I cannot wait to play. But y'all take care. Also, leave me a like if you liked the video.